Mike Vrabel. He responded about the quiet trade deadline that the Patriots have. We'll get to that in a bit. But when it comes to the team, right? And when it comes to the game this weekend, it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Patriots. And I think that this is a potential matchup. At one point, we thought it would be an MVP matchup, right? Like at one point, you thought that maybe Drake May versus Baker Mayfield could be that type of matchup. The Bucs are good, everyone. Yeah, they're injured. No Mike Evans. Today, Chris Godwin and Bucky Irving were not at practice, but they still have Rashad White, who's a pretty good running back. They got Emeka Egbuka, really good wide receiver, and Tez Johnson, who I think knows a little something about Drake May. That's their offense. Their defense, you guys know about it. Vita Vea, big guy, big boy. They brought in Hassan Reddick, but he's been injured. Antonio Winfield's still there. Like, they got players. You guys know who they are. And they're run by Todd Bowles, who's a good defensive mind. And I've looked up the history of Todd Bowles versus the New England Patriots, and I'll get to that in just a little bit. But think of Todd Bowles for a second, his time with the Jets and now with the Bucs. Whether it's a defensive coordinator or as the head coach, even defensive coordinator of the Bucs, I guess, if you really want to look into it. This weekend, the Patriots are underdogs. They've won how many in a row now? They're 7-2. They've won 6 in a row, yet they're the underdogs this week. I think the reason why they're underdogs in Vegas is because they're on a short week the following week against a divisional opponent, but that divisional opponent is the New York Jets. So it's a tough spot. However you look at it, it is a tough spot. But I'm really starting to think about the coaching difference that the Patriots have over the rest of the league. And I mentioned that Godwin and Bucky Irvin weren't at Bucs practice. Should also tell you that the Bucs are off their bye week. And I looked back in the history of Todd Bowles off the bye, and he did win off the bye last year. They put 40 points up on the Giants, who were terrible last year. But they beat them 40-7 off a bye. It's the first time he had a win as the Bucs head coach. So he's 1-2 with the Bucs. Todd Bowles off a bye. When Todd Bowles was with the Jets, he was 1-3. So Joe Math, that's 2-5. Historically, Todd Bowles struggles off the bye. So if you're like, all right, Joe, well, what do I care? It's a new team. It's a new year. It's blah, blah, blah. Okay. So why don't we do Todd Bowles versus Josh McDaniels? I looked it up. The last time Josh McDaniels and Todd Bowles met, McDaniels was the offensive coordinator for the Patriots. Todd Bowles was the defensive coordinator for the Bucs, and the Bucs dropped 40 on the Patriots. It was the Cam Newton year. So keep that one in mind. Bowles, McDaniels. But how about we just do Todd Bowles versus the Patriots in general? How about Todd Bowles versus Mike Vrabel? Bowles has faced Mike Vrabel twice. He's 1-1. So they got themselves the old rubber match this week. But historically, Todd Bowles, horrible versus the New England Patriots. 1-8 in his career versus the Patriots. That stands out to me. I could give you why I think the Patriots could lose this week, the look-ahead spot, Bucs off the bye, but I think it's real. And I know that a lot of those games are with the Jets. I know. But 1-8 versus the Patriots? Advantage Mike Vrabel. The Bucs have a good roster. They've just been really banged up. They're 17th in total offense led by Baker Mayfield. They're 24th in rushing. Now, they have struggled to rush the football, but when they're ahead in games or even behind, they can't really run the ball. Plus, they lost Bucky Irving for a period of time, so Rashad White has taken over the reps. They're 13th in the league in passing, which I think could be an issue against the Patriots secondary and their young safeties. They're 15th in total defense. They give up 22 points a game. So when I think about the Patriots, that 23-24 number is generally, I think, their sweet spot. Anything over that, the Patriots roll. Statistically speaking, the Patriots are better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Patriots statistically are better than the Buccaneers. And every week I keep bringing up coach quarterback tandems versus the Patriots. Would I take Baker Mayfield over Drake May today? Would you take Baker Mayfield over Drake May today? I'm sure a lot of people will say no. And maybe I probably agree with that. The only thing I can say is the body of work of Baker Mayfield. But, long term, clearly, it's Drake May. So I still think it's a tough spot this weekend, but a lot of things go in the Patriots' favor. And I think I would still take Mike Vrabel and Drake May over Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield. I know Bowles has won championships. He's been a part of the teams. Baker Mayfield has been dumped by multiple teams. He one time was a defensive end, if you can remember, in the NFL at practice. He's had a good year. He's had multiple different receivers to throw to. Mike Evans is a future Hall of Famer. Godwin, if he can stay healthy, is a great number 2. They got Emeka Egbuka, who they drafted out of Ohio State. He's been outstanding. They drafted McClain a year ago, who was very good. Like Cade Otton. You look at their roster, and they have really good pieces. So statistically, the Patriots have still been better. Still. I still think it's a tough spot for the Pats. Pats are 4-0 on the road this year. They have started 5-0 or better 6 times in the team history, so that's on the line. Tampa Bay beat New England the last time they played. Do anybody remember who that game was? It was October 3rd, 2021, the return of Tom Brady to Gillette Stadium. Tampa Bay won that game 19-17, if you remember. Nick Folk missed a long field goal to win the game. This is the first time the Patriots will travel to Tampa Bay since a Thursday night football game back in 2017 that it was a 19-14 win for the Patriots back in 2017. Mike Vrabel was salty today when he was asked about the deadline. I want you guys to know that I am not upset the Patriots didn't make a move. What I am upset about, though, it's the first time that they were conservative. They can't be conservative this weekend. They've been aggressive. They were aggressive versus Atlanta. They were aggressive in free agency. They've been an aggressive bunch. But for the first time this year, we saw a conservative approach for a team that has a chance. So I understand some people are upset. The Bills didn't really get to make the move they wanted to. The Chiefs didn't. The Colts did. Sounds like they're backing their guy in Daniel Jones. I'll just say this. Mike Vrabel this year, if there's anything that he's built on this roster, it's trust. He's stuck with Ramondre Stevenson, who again wasn't at practice today. He gave a game ball to Aaron Borregales, who missed field goals. And it ended up being the right pick if you watch last week in hindsight. Yesterday, the entire team had the day off. They could have done whatever they wanted to do. They could have played ping pong. They could have thrown axes. They could have broke cards at Card Vault. They could have done whatever they wanted to do. Do you know what they did? They showed up to the weight room. Every one of them. I know that's probably a story that's getting pumped out today because they didn't make a move. But to me, that just shows that there's buy-in with the coach. So once again this weekend, I do think the Patriots lose. I think they struggle. But the guy who keeps them in the games, yeah, it's Drake May. But to me, it's the buy-in of Mike Vrabel. So he was a little snippy today. We'll let you hear a little of that coming up on the other side. But at this point, isn't everything gravy? That might upset some of you people. Go for it. You got all this cap space. Blah, blah, blah. He's built this locker room. It's year one. It's his team. I'm okay with it because I think the Jets got worse. I think the Dolphins stink. And I think they were winners by doing nothing. But the conservative approach, that's the one thing I'd get on him about. We'll hear from Vrabel. Snippy V. Snippy V. We'll let you hear some of his comments. Also, I do want to get in on the Bruins because we worked here last night. I can't believe I'm in on the Bruins right now. I'm in on the Bruins. I'll tell you why. And the Celtics take on the Wizards tonight. I wonder what the Green Teamers had from that one. Were they a big breakdown this week? You and Jake? Very interested to see how you guys feel about that. And we may hear from an old friend. So we're here till 7 o'clock. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
I know that everyone worked hard, and that we investigated and looked in and made phone calls and what personnel departments do. And in the end, we decided that this was what we were going to do and decided to move forward with our preparation. Tampa, excellent football team, coming off a bye. A lot of really good veterans that have played at a high level for a lot of years, and a really, really competitive quarterback who's never out of it. So, that's where our focus is. I know that there's a lot of action and a lot of talk, and again, it's kind of where we're at.
Snippy V. Mike Vrabel, a little snippy today. I might be the only person I think I've heard on the station that is not upset that they didn't make a trade, Skaz. As I said, I'm a little upset that they've been so aggressive this year that they weren't at the deadline. But I can get on that one.
Does it bother you that they sold?
Yeah, they sold off and got nothing.
Yes.
They got worse. That depth was their biggest issue, right? And they just see you later. If someone wanted to take Jennings, they would have done that too. I'm not upset. I'm more upset that there was a conservative approach, I guess, is where I'm at. But do you feel that now there might be a campaign of, like you said, the 41 guys in the locker room showed up on their day off, right?
That seems to be the rallying cry.
He's snippy about, what did I say again? Remind me what I said. The pregnant thing, I'm out.
We've gotten Snippy V, is that what you're calling him?
Yeah, Snippy V.
A couple times this season. Why do you think we got it today? Do you think it was that he just had to field questions on the trade deadline?
Yes.
He knew that was coming.
Yeah, they could have just made a trade so they wouldn't have to deal with it.
Or he could have, I don't know, just answered the questions.
Or he could have just said, hey, guys, we're 7-2. What do you want me to do here?
Yeah. Hey, I'm doing pretty good. The team's doing pretty good. I think the guys in the room are good enough, which I guess he did kind of say in a way, but he was a little snippy V about it.
Instead, we walked away being like, snippy V, huh?
A little testy.
Little testy there. Well, anyways, what do you think about this Todd Bowles versus... So I think Todd Bowles is a really good coach. I really do.
He's fine. He's above average in the NFL, which isn't saying much these days.
But he is above average.
Yeah, I would lean that way.
Great defensive coordinator?
Sure. Above average.
Above average coach?
Sure.
Almost fired many, many times.
Many times.
Really only got the job because I shouldn't say the fat guy. My guy.
Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians retired.
The hat guy.
I should have said it like that.
He'd rock the old Kangol there.
Yeah. But it's like Skaz. If I'm going to retire, Skaz getting the job. There you go. It's just how it works. Remember, Coach K just would retire, and then here you go. You're the coach.
Hey, John Shire, here you go.
There you go. You're the guy. By the way, you ready for college basketball?
I watched a little the other night.
I saw AJ DeBonta the other night. Made me think. I've met him, so now I'm already in on the kid. But now that I've seen him play, I'm like, jeez. Real quick before we, because there's some people who want to get on the calls. Last night we worked the Bruins game. Let me be clear, everybody. I had little expectations of the Bruins this year. Little. We worked preseason games here at night. It was not good. I felt like it was going to be a cold, long winter. But there's some nights, the first couple of games, I was like, hey, look at this. Then it went to crap again. And then Sturm just started calling dudes out and benching them. They all responded. They've now won 4 in a row. But what happened last night was a really good win in the aisle. Matthew Schaefer's the number 1 pick. He got into it with Zadorov last night.
He looked like a number 1 pick last night, too.
Nasty.
He's the real deal.
But going at Zadorov, holding his stick.
I think he learned his lesson.
I think he did, too. But the game changed. The Bruins battled back again, but they made a change with Elias Lindholm being out. They moved Marat Hustadinov as the top center, and late in the game, they essentially benched everyone and put Hustadinov and Minton with Pasternak. And then went Geeky, Corrali, Kastelik the rest of the way. And our boy Husty That's our guy. Had a big night for the Bees.
Pasternak wheels one into the middle. Minton got flattened, and they score! Hustadinov came diving through the slot to knock that in, and the Bruins tie it at 3.
So listen to me. I got juicy for Hoosty, okay? Can we use that one, Mark? Intern Mark? Juicy for Hoosty?
I think that one will fly.
All right. Probably better than the Pringles can that we ended the show with last night. But Hoosties nuts. I'm just saying, like, that could be something. It could be something. What something is, Marco Sturm is coaching a hockey team. For years, I watched hockey where the young players could never play.
Stapled to the bench or in the minors.
Imagine, like, think of who was like a Ryan Spooner playing with Bergeron and Pasternak.
Yeah.
No, they would have never let it happen, right? It would have never. I'm thinking like young guys who just
Frank Vetrano.
Boom. Do you think they'd ever put him on a line with Marchand?
No, but he's been a pretty good pro.
Right?
Yeah.
They never got the chance to do it. And Sturm doesn't care who you are, what you're doing. Like, Corrali and Kastelik a fourth line. But you put Geeky on the other side, and all of a sudden it's good? Like, you put Zaka with the two stiff free agent or the guys you trade for, and it works? It's Marco Sturm. He's a good coach, everyone. He's a good coach. I'm not saying the team is good. But this is the first time I have worked Bruins games at this radio station where the coach actually has control, not the players. That's what I like about it. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox now. By the way, Hustadinov, our Hoosty guy, Juicy for Hoosty, has had a game winner, a game tying goal, and a shootout goal in the last 3 games. That's pretty good, right? That's good, Roger, right? It's good. Thanks, Roger. Shout out to him. He's the voice of the 98.5 The Sports Hub. You hear all his ads. Tractor Magic. That's him. Tractor Magic. He goes, what's Joe saying about me? I'm saying Tractor Magic is what I'm saying about you. All right, let's go to the phone. 617-779-0985. Tractor Magic. Dean is in Shrewsbury. Dean.
Hey, the evolution of centers in the NBA has made it so that the two-pointers are more effective than the three-pointers now. They're more efficient. Centers have become three-point shooters, which paradoxically, because it brings the other center out of the paint, it makes even though you have more three-point shooters on the court, it's actually the two-pointers that get most effective and most efficient. And even the guys who aren't shooting the threes are vertical spacers now instead of back-to-the-back guys. So you can't leave them on a drive without being in trouble with a lob threat. P.S. Snippy V sounds like he got his knob and tubes tied.
Real quick,
replaced.
Thank you for the joke. Real quick. Why is Neemias Queta, why is he playing the switch at half court instead of 1 foot near the foul line?
Because you still want to be up on the 3-point shooters. If it's a catch and shoot opportunity, then that's going to be about as efficient as shooting in the restricted area. So you still want to protect against the catch and shoot opportunities that are in the corners. There are just more people taking pull-up jumpers now because people have gone too far on the 3-point side, and it's going to get countered a lot. The analytics say the two-pointers now more efficient, and some of these basketball analysts, like the Celtics basketball analysts, are just behind the time.
Well, I'll say this. I don't think that he should be up near the 3-point line when Keontae George just crossed over half court. I would rather Keontae George try to take the 3 and protect the basket. He stinks. He couldn't boxed out the other night. And it's just starting to bother me the way that they're playing because it's actually kind of stupid.
Well, it was better last year when they had Porzingis in the drop because Porzingis could actually contest the shots while in the drop.
True.
I don't know
True.
if Kada can do the same thing.
You're right about that. Appreciate you, Dean. Thank you, man. He's right. Horford and Porzingis could cover up there and make their way with size and space. It drives me crazy what's gone on with the Celtics. It's not a good product. It's not good. Jeff is in Newport. Jeff.
Hey, what's going on, Joe? How you doing tonight?
How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Kind of going off that what you just said earlier. That Celtics product tonight looks god-awful. I'm not watching that. But anyway, that's not my point for the call tonight. I wanted to talk about the Bruins. You are right on the money about where this team's at right now. I mean, are they the 2011 Bruins? No. But they are a fun team to watch. They're starting to gel together. And a lot of these no-name guys are really stepping up. Like Kudinov, I'm not even going to try pronouncing it. That kid last night looked great.
Hustadinov.
Hustadinov looked great. He's a good add to the center problem we've been having, especially with the one exception of what I just said, Middlestat, who just needs to figure it out. And additionally, that fourth line looks good, too. I was always high on Sean Corrali, and he's having a good year so far. And to add, the games are fun to watch. Whether they're losing or winning, they are fun to watch. I'll shut up and hear what you guys say.
Thank you. And maybe this is a spot where I should mention Jeremy Swayman was pretty good last night. Doesn't get the credit. He shouldn't. But I will. I will do so. They play better in front of him. He plays better in net. And it all works out. All right, we'll hit a headline here. Your thoughts on whatever you want. 617-779-0985. I do have to play the Bill O'Brien audio from Boston College before we leave. I've always said that man was suspect. I also vacationed down the Cape, and I walked into Banderas, which is in Dennisport. And when I walked in, they told me that Bill O'Brien just walked in as well, and I just missed him. So we must have passed by each other, and I'm hoping one day I have a chance to have a meatball sub with him. And I'll call him suspect. We'll let you guys hear that one coming up in a little bit. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub.
Worry. Snippy V, Mike Vrabel all mad at the media today. I mean, people wanted you to make a move. I'm okay with it. And I think they won because the Jets moved on from two of their best defensive players. They're going to stink now. And the Patriots get 2 wins out of it. And I think the Dolphins stink, so there's 3. So, I'll take the 3 wins over a bit move that they probably would have made anyways. But I don't like the conservative approach. Also, I'm in on Marco Sturm. In on Marco Sturm. I've worked here for 15 years. Okay, the coaches that have been here are Claude Julien, Bruce Cassidy, and Montgomery. Am I missing a coach? Why does that feel like that's... Am I missing one there, Scuzz? Anyways, my point is the players ran this thing for years. They ran it. It was always Bergeron's team or Chara's team, right? Marchand, it was his team last year. Look what happened. Montgomery basically had to play Bergeron in the game that he wasn't ready to play in, and they lost every game that he was back because he wanted to stick with him. Now Marco Sturm lets all the young guys play with the two best players, Pastrnak, Geekie. He puts Geekie with Corelli and Kastelik, it works. And he puts Pastrnak with Minton, one of their trades, and Hustadinov, another trade, and it's working. So, my whole thing is, maybe they have a coach that knows how to coach now and can coach up young players because they never, ever let young players play. When I know Tyler Seguin ended up having 1,000 goals, right? That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Was it? No, what did he just have? I just saw a number, not 1,000 goals. I just saw a number that he hit recently, and I went, man, he's had a pretty decent career. It wasn't 1,000
I think it was
goals.
1,000 games.
Sorry. I thought 1,000 games, though, and I'm like, good for him. Good for him. Helped him win it. I think he helped win a championship, right? Or was that the next year? I'm trying to think. Helped him win a game at least. I'm losing my mind on the Bees because there's been so much going on there for so long. It's been bad the last couple of years, but I love that the coach has taken over. Anyways, the Celtics, they're back in action tonight. They'll take on the Washington Wizards. I know nothing about the Washington Wizards, and quite frankly, I don't know how much I know about the Celtics anymore. But our old intern, Bryson Akins, who was with the Oklahoma City Thunder last year and won a championship, now has a job with the Washington Wizards, and he joins us here on 98.5 The Sports. Bryson, how are you, bud?
I'm doing fine. Covering Wizards basketball, some might say that takes a toll on you. I think it's a new beginning where I can learn more about myself watching this team.
Well, I will tell you, at least you started out with a championship. Now you're at the bottom of the barrel.
Well, look, there's a clear trend going on here. In 2023, when I started with you guys, it was the 23-24 season. The Celtics ended up winning it.
That's
then
true.
I started covering the Thunder the next season. They ended up winning it. Now I'm covering the Wizards. I think there's a clear sign that they're winning it all this season.
Well, I don't know. I think it's a sign that it only goes down from here is what I think it is. But anyways,
okay.
Congrats on your career. Hey, we just remember where it all started. So I know nothing about Washington, and I don't really probably care to know. But Alex Sarr is very good. Who's on?
He's having a.
I was gonna say who's on the Wizards? Who's on that team?
So you got Chris Middleton. He's over there now.
Oh, he's still there, huh?
CJ McCollum. He's still there.
I know
he's
him.
out though for this game with an injury.
Okay.
You have CJ McCollum, who has clear, you can tell, age is catching up with him. Mm-hmm. He's needing to find new ways to score. He's not as athletic anymore. He needs to learn how to be a catch and shoot guy. He can't, create off the dribble as much anymore. But they have a bunch of young talent. Is what it is.
That's what they've been for years, though. It was Bradley Beal and somebody else
really.
For years. Oh, Porzingis was there for a bit, I guess.
They haven't necessarily been nothing but young talent. It started in 2023 when Michael Winger and Will Dawkins took over at the front office. That's when they officially accepted it was time to rebuild, because you remember they still had Bradley Beal for a while. They also had, Gordon Poole for that one season, those 2 seasons actually. But that first season, it didn't really feel like a rebuild. You also had Russell Westbrook on that team, Kristaps Porzingis, like you mentioned. It never really felt like a rebuild until fourth season.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. This is the important one. The Celtics are looking at the betting line tonight. They are 12.5-point favorites. How bad are the Wizards?
Taking the covered spread.
You would take the Celtics.
The Wizards have a really good offense, but they have. I say really good. They're top half of the league. I think they're around 13th or 14th for offensive rating right now. But their defense is one of the worst defenses in the NBA. They might have the worst defense.
Have you watched the Celtics at all?
Watching the Celtics. I have been. This team has shooters, and it has guys that can go out there and score. Jaylen Brown, he's still an elite scorer. Peyton Pritchard, he can shoot it from anywhere in the gym. Derek White's not a bad offensive player either.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen them lately, though? They shot 51 threes the other night and hit 11.
I was at Eskimo Joe's in Stillwater the other day, and I saw the game. They don't look
Eskimo
horrible.
Joe's.
Oh, so good.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about those bacon cheese fries they have for a minute. But the Celtics offense is not bad at all. This Wizards defense just isn't good.
Okay. And
Alex, it's horrible.
Alex Sarr's the center. Is he going to do well tonight against
Alex Sarr's the center. He's been doing very well. If Neemias Queta is guy starting, right?
Oh yeah, he's great. Let me tell you, couldn't box out Jokic Nurkic the other night.
He should get a double-double. He should get almost 20 points. So all the bettors out there, I would take over on Sarr points, but take the Celtics to cover the spread. And whatever the point total is, you take that over. Because the Celtics will put up around 130 points against the Wizards, but the Wizards will put up around 110.
All right, I just pulled up Eskimo Joe celebrating 50 years.
50 years.
They got a beef brisket sandwich right there with some barbecue sauce.
It is the place in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
What happened with Mike Gundy? Is it the portal?
NIL caught up to him. He doesn't portal NIL. He doesn't know how to utilize it. Oklahoma State has a different kind of NIL system than a bunch of other schools. So naturally, football team took a hit, but every other program there, it's going to be good. Basketball team, both basketball teams, they're tournament teams this year. Baseball and softball, they should make a run to the World Series. Wrestling's always going to be good.
Are you still playing baseball?
No.
You're a retired college athlete.
Retired college athlete.
Now covering the Washington Wizards.
I know. It's a crazy world. All
right, Bryson. Well, we appreciate you, man. I wanted to get you on tonight because they're playing the Wizards, and maybe one day.
And I will say one last thing here.
Yes.
Keep an eye on Keyshawn George. He is a legit all-star contender this year.
Keyshawn George, who went to Miami, right?
I believe so.
Yes. Yeah.
I believe so. He is a legit all-star contender this year. I don't think he's missed a single corner three this season. He, can compete in the three-point contest. He's averaging, I think, 18, 8, and 6 right now a game.
Okay.
Keep an eye on him. He's legit.
All right. Well, here we go now. Alex Sarr tonight over 16 points, and your other boy, Keyshawn George, he's at 15. So go over on both.
Okay.
All right, Bryson. Appreciate you, bro. Good luck. Congrats.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Remember Bryson used to just sit back there like you, Mark. And he just used to tell us all about Oklahoma City. And now he went from winning a championship in Boston to Oklahoma City to being on the Wizards. That's how you get in the business, everybody. Should we just take this all the way? Oh, no, we have Celtics basketball. Well, I'll take a couple of calls before we do that, though. Let's talk to Amanda in Mansfield. Amanda.
Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Love listening to you. I have heard you say now twice this week about Tez Johnson coming up this week to play against Drake May and how you should know a thing or two about playing with Drake May. And I hate to tell you, but you have the wrong
Tez. I know. I've done that. You know, I've done that a couple of times. You're right. Thank you. No, what? Let it go. Let it go.
Johnson's great. I know, but Tez Johnson's got such a great story in himself. And
well, tell everybody. Tell everybody about it.
Yeah, just because he's like Bo Nix's
adopted brother. Brother? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
and I think that's where I was going with it in my brain too, like the connection, but it was Bo Nix.
So I knew that, and I'm like.
So now you're like, I got to go tell Joe and correct him to tell him he's the wrong
I
test
just
job.
wanted to.
That's
I
fine.
know. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. We preach accuracy on the show. Thank you. There's a lot of Joe Murrays out there, too. How many Scaramazzinos are out there, Skaz?
Can't be too many.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is a good story. I like stories. Whatever happened to the other Tez Johnson? Well, we'll look it up during the break. Take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.